if you're looking for a night of music, laughter, and a little political nostalgia, well, we've got just the show for you. 44, the musical, takes audiences through the presidency of Barack Obama, all told through the hazy recollection of Joe Biden. With 24 original musical numbers inspired by the sounds of the Obama era, from R&B and gospel to pop, it's quite the night at the theater. And joining me now from the show are Eli Bauman, TJ Wilkins, and Chad Dorek. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is super exciting. I mean, first of all, we're in Washington, D.C., and we've got you bringing the musical here. Eli, take us back to the beginning. Where did this idea come from?
It launched from the chaos of my brain. I worked on the 08 campaign for Obama, and I was always inspired by him and his message and working for him. And then in 2016, when the first Trump election happened, I just went like, wow, how do I encapsulate what has happened between 08 and 16? And I'd never written a musical before. I'd never written a song before. I was 34 years old, and I figured, well, what the heck? Let's just go. Let's just do it. And I had all these weird ideas of R&B songs and this wild Joe Biden character who moonwalked and all this stuff. And I just started writing, and there we go.
That's an incredible story. You've never written a song, you've never done anything like this before.
No.
And now look at it. That's
Which is
incredible.
wild, because his songwriting is so good.
A creative genius right here. That's super impressive. That's amazing. That's really cool. TJ, what was the audition process like, especially for someone as recognizable as Barack Obama?
It was actually really cool because I met Eli when he was in the beginning stages of writing the musical, and I came in as a singer to just record some of the songs, and from there, when he decided to put it on its feet, he called me and asked me to be a part of it, and I thought he was crazy, but I was like, I'll do it.
Also, it should be noted that the original demos were me singing. And so at a certain point, we needed a huge upgrade in talent.
Okay.
And so I was like, TJ, you gotta come and rescue me.
And it's like one thing to make yourself sound like Barack Obama. Yes. I don't know how you sound like him when you're singing.
Right. Well, if Obama were singing, he'd say, "There ain't no red states, there ain't no blue." And
yes. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Welcome.
I feel like I was part of the show. Chad, how do you prepare to play Joe Biden?
Spin around in a circle 3, 4, 5 times. No. How do I prepare to play Joe Biden? You know, we're not playing like Joe Biden as Americans and the rest of the world know Barack and Joe. This is sort of, Eli's created a really funny premise that it's told through Joe's hazy recollection. So it's the way Joe Biden remembers himself. So, you know, I do all kinds of things, from tap dancing to moonwalking to, you know, ripping off clothes, all kinds of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
sounds wild.
Yeah,
sounds
it is wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
It's a lot of fun,
and
the music is great, and the audiences enjoy themselves from beginning to end.
I'm sure. Now, I know this is a comedy, but there's probably some emotional moments.
There are very much some emotional moments. I think what we tried to do with the show is reflect real life, right? Which has moments of levity, moments of joy, moments of laughter, but also mixed in with that is moments of seriousness, moments of sadness, moments of kind of a collective trauma that we all get through. And to me, the universal ways of how we get through pain is through laughing, music. And so, but you have to let yourself go to those places first so you can come out of them.
Yeah.
And I also didn't want to be dishonest about some of the things that our country struggles with, even historically, if you look at the 250 years of this country, and also what happened during his presidency. So we are kind of like trying to reflect life, and I think our audience responds to that.
Yeah, I love that. Just very quickly, what do you hope audiences kind of walk away mainly?
You know, what we have discovered is people walk away with a real feeling of joy from our show. And I think some people may have the expectation that they're coming into some sort of partisan lecture about how they should feel, and what you will discover very quickly is that is not what we are about. We are actually about this collective experience in a room full of strangers and letting yourself feel joy and nostalgia and be entertained And I think that is something that's kind of in rare supply these days.
Yeah.
And people leave buoyant, they leave singing the songs, and they usually come back.
Well, I feel joyful just being here with you. Eli, TJ, Chad, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
so much.
Of course. You can see 44 the musical at Shakespeare Theatre starting April 18th.